Welcome back to Lions News Fan Report, your front row seat for Detroit rumors, inside buzz, and the kind of speculation that turns Sundays into seismic events. If you're here for fluff, wrong channel. If you want the blueprint before it breaks, smash that, hit subscribe, and lock into the end. Because tonight I'm laying out the cat math in plain English, 3 trade frameworks that actually work, the locker room ripple effects, and a film room breakdown of how this move would torture defensive coordinators from September to February. Something's brewing in Allen Park. Not a billboard signing, not a recycled rumor. This is the kind of whisper that starts as a joke, then refuses to die because the football logic is too loud. It's bold. It's borderline disrespectful to the idea of playing it safe. And if the timing lines up, it flips Detroit's red zone script and turns third and medium into a cheat code. Let's set the temperature. The Lions aren't chasing noise. They're scaling certainty. We learned last season that the difference between exciting and inevitable is measured in inches near the goal line and conversions when the building shakes. You want banners? Convert math into points. Detroit's identity, nasty trenches, motion that messes with rules, a quarterback who punishes mistakes, begs for one more piece that doesn't just fit. It clicks. Pull the camera back. Ben Johnson wants multiplicity without chaos. Dan Campbell wants a room full of grown-ups who practice the way they play. And Jared Goff? He wants answers, reliable answers, when the defense wins the first 2. Downs. You can chase another perimeter name, or you can add the ultimate middle-of-the-field problem and let every other part of the offense breathe. Which one sounds like a contender? Listen for the sequencing. Quiet agent calls, hypothetical package talks, a front office kicking tires, not on names, but on roles. There's a November window where price tags soften. There's the December 15 unlock for recently signed players. And there's the midseason crease when contenders realize they're one piece away and the market bends. If a move this audacious is going to happen, it happens when timing and leverage hold hands. Why this position? Because the middle of the field is where titles live. You want red zone reliability, 2-minute composure, third down answers that don't rely on hero ball. You want someone who teaches with body language, carves zones with tempo, and turns linebacker math into panic. You want gravity, so much gravity that safeties cheat a half step inside and outside routes turn into layups. Before I say the name, quick promise for everyone riding with us. Stay locked till the end. I'm dropping 3 realistic trade frameworks, including a triangle version that keeps our core intact, a cap pathway that doesn't light our 2026 on fire, and the precise packages, 12, 13 bunch, and yo-yo motion, where Detroit becomes the team your defensive coordinator dreads to prep for. If you're new here, this is what we do. If you're OG, you already know. We don't sell dreams, we build them. Cap mechanics without a migraine. You don't pay for a trophy case, you pay for win probability. That means targeted salary matching, short-term guarantees you can live with, and incentives that pay for production, not posters. Add void years only if the ring math demands it. Protect the compensatory pick formula. And above all, do not trade from the spine of this roster. If the cost touches the offensive line or the ascending core on defense, walk away. If it's assets and expirings that convert into playoff certainty, pick up the phone. Now, zoom into the field. Imagine 12 personnel where the defense has to decide. Match big and live in space against our speed, or go nickel and get shoved off the ball. Sam Laporta is already a nightmare. Release, leverage, YAC. A second elite middle threat turns every formation into a question the defense can't answer without giving up something easy. Amon-Ra gets freer access. Jameson turns his speed into explosives. Gibbs has lighter boxes. Montgomery eats clock with a grin. Culture check. Detroit's locker room is built on earned stripes, not star power. Anyone we bring in has to love. Tuesdays as much as Sundays. No divas, no passengers. A leader who sees the game 2 snaps ahead and lives in the film room. A veteran who changes voice levels in crunch time and makes everyone calmer just by standing there. If that's not the her profile, we're not having this conversation. All right, deep breath. Say it with me. The name at the center of this what if is Travis Kelce. Let the shock pass. Then tell me it doesn't make ruthless sense on a whiteboard. On one sideline, the best tight end of his era, still a chain-moving machine with playoff scars that read like a manual. On the other sideline, a Detroit offense already humming. That becomes unsolvable if you add an all-time option route savant to Laporta's youthful explosion. You don't chase celebrity, you weaponize certainty. Framework A. The clean swap. Detroit sends salary match contracts plus draft capital with sensible protections, topic safeguards, playoff advancement escalators. Kansas City gets flexibility and picks. Detroit gets a rental-to-runway window with an agreed-upon off-season conversation. We structure cash flow so 2025 breathes. No core Lions leave. Outcome, instant third-down upgrade, red zone conversion. Bump and matchup nightmares that travel. Framework B. The triangle. Bring in a third team that wants picks and expiring vets. We route outgoing contracts through them to lighten KC's books while they snag a role player they actually want. Detroit retains its core and takes on only the exact roles that fit around Kelce. Point of attack defense, a stretch big for 5 out, and a utility receiver who blocks like a tight end. It's less splash, more architecture. Framework C. The deadline gambit. If the market drags and the price dips, you hunt a short-term ring-run alignment, premium incentives tied to snap counts and playoff rounds, with mutual options that give both sides an elegant exit. It's ruthless, it's adult, and it respects the calendar as much as the cap. Let's talk ball. Empty corner dagger with Kelce as the pivot. He slow plays the stem, reads leverage, sits where the zone breaks, or snaps across the face if it's man. Wide choice at the sticks. If the backer shades inside, he pivots out. If the safety squats, he bends over the top. Red zone, fast motion from a condensed set. Cell split zone, leak the Y late. When defenses jump the shovel we've shown on tape, Kelce becomes the late outlet that scores without drama. Pair that with Laporta on the opposite hash, and watch coverage rules melt. Third down menu gets mean. Run 3x1 with Amon-Ra as the triangle point, Kelce as the inside slot, Laporta attached. You force the defense into a banjo call it can't win. Bracket the slot and give up the glance to St. Brown. Or play it straight and let Kelce option the underneath defender into knots. Pick your poison, then swallow it again on 4th and 2 when we stay on the field and go turbo. This changes how teams fit the run, too. With that much middle gravity, safeties cheat. Box counts lighten. Duo and inside zone hit faster. Gibbs gets a two-way go in space. Montgomery becomes the closer. Even play action gets heavier. Linebackers respect the crosser, the post opens, and Jameson finally gets the moonball in stride. Because the safety is glued to a tight end he's terrified to lose. Risks? All of them. Age, miles, price. That's real. But this is a calculated bet, not a midlife crisis. You protect snaps with smart rotation. You don't ask him to be 70 plays. You ask him to be 38 perfect ones. You steal series with 13 personnel, shift and trade the strength, and let his brain beat their legs. If the cost crosses the line from brave to reckless, you walk. If it lands in the sweet spot, assets for inevitability, you run to the fax machine. Now the human layer. Detroit knows scars. This city forgives nothing and believes in everything. If a legend wants one more chapter where the crowd sounds like thunder trapped in a dome, if he wants to teach a young room how January feels and smells and sounds, if he wants to be part of a city on the cusp, there's a lane. If he wants the same role he's had forever in the same place, that's fine too. We're not begging. We're building. Receipts you can check later. Third down conversion rate jumps by 3 to 5 points. Red zone TD rate climbs. Goff's INTs drop on late down option routes. And Laporta's EPA per target holds because coverage can't fix. Two problems at once. That's not fantasy. That's what gravity does when you place it correctly. All right, Lions fans, your turn. Would you trade assets for 20 weeks of the most reliable middle field answer of the era if it means pushing all our chips to the center now? Or do you ride the current arc and save the ammo? Drop your frameworks below. Who says no? What keeps you sleeping at night? What wins a Game 6 on the road? I'll be in the comments frame by frame, number by number. Final word with the honesty you deserve. Until ink hits paper, this is speculation. Disciplined, ruthless, data-driven speculation. My opinion? If the price is picks and expirings, do it. If it touches the spine of the roster, pass. Either way, the fact that this conversation even makes football sense means one thing. Detroit has moved from hope to leverage. And leverage in this league is how you turn Sundays into Januaries. Stay locked. If the door opens even a crack, this front office is built to kick it off the hinges, and if the door stays shut, the plan still sings. This is Lions News Fan Report, where we don't just chase rumors, we hunt the ones that could change the season.